Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, we'll look at cybersecurity from three perspectives: individuals, businesses, and nations. The goal is to understand how digital risks affect people differently depending on scale and why security becomes more critical as reliance on technology grows. A simple way to think about it: cybersecurity is easiest to understand when you think in terms of value. One, cybersecurity is about protecting value. Yeah, it is about protecting things that matter. And what you protect depends on who you are and what you rely on. Individuals, businesses, and nations face different types of risk. And as systems grow larger, the impact of security failures grows too. Now, let us consider cybersecurity and individuals. Individuals are often the first and easiest targets. You are going to see why. Personal data has value because it can be sold or abused. Phones and laptops store sensitive information, and these are devices that individuals use. Online accounts represent your identity in the digital world. And one security breach can affect many areas of your life at once. So, cybersecurity for individuals is very important. Now, let us consider examples individuals can relate to. Cybersecurity issues often show up in everyday situations. An email account takeover can lock you out of other services. A hijacked social media account can damage your reputation or relationships too. And unauthorized bank transactions can lead to direct financial loss. Also, private photos or messages that are exposed can cause long-term personal harm. Let us now check the impact on individuals. The effects of cyber incidents go beyond money, and you're going to see why. The first one is financial loss. Yeah, financial loss can happen quickly and can be difficult to recover. How about the emotional stress? Emotional stress comes from loss of controls and privacy. And we also have identity theft. Identity theft can take years to fully resolve or to even fully recover from. And lastly, trust in digital platforms is reduced after security incidents. Now, let us consider cybersecurity and businesses. This is we talking about cybersecurity for businesses. Businesses survive and grow through digital systems. That is the truth. And businesses depend on digital systems heavily. They depend on technology to operate on a daily basis. Also, customer data must be protected. Yeah, they must protect customer data to maintain trust. And daily operations rely on system availability, which means that system availability is critical for sales, services, and communications. Also, reputation is closely tied to security. That means that a company's reputation can be closely tied to how well it handles security. Now, let us consider some examples of business cyber incidents. Business cyber attacks disrupt operations and trust, as I mentioned earlier. Customer data breaches expose sensitive personal information, and that can be very, very crazy. Another one is ransomware stopping operations. Ransomware attacks can completely stop business operations. In case you don't know what ransomware is, you are going to learn more on that in our subsequent lessons. And also, payment systems can go offline. Payment system outages can prevent companies from making or receiving money. And lastly, stolen trade secrets can weaken a company's competitive advantage. Now, let us consider the impact on the business. The truth is, cyber incidents affect both finances and long-term stability. Damage to brand reputation is one of it. Brand reputation damage can take years to repair, and that's the truth. Also, we have downtime and recovery costs, which means that recovery costs can include investigations, repairs, and security upgrades, and this can cost a lot. Then we have revenue loss too. Revenue loss can happen as well, most especially during downtime or customer churn. And we have legal and regulatory penalties. And these may follow data breaches because governments are going to ask you of what you're looking at or what really happened and why that happened. And you need to answer to all that. And if they notice that the fault is from you, you can be penalized. The next one is cybersecurity and nations. And this means that national security now includes digital space. Governments run critical infrastructure using digital systems. Also, we have digital public services that affect millions of citizens on a daily basis. National security includes cyberspace as well. This means that cybersecurity is part of national defense and stability. And lastly, attacks may be politically motivated or aimed at economic disruptions. And these are how cybersecurity and nations are related. Now, let us consider some examples at national level. National cyber attack can impact everyday life. We can have power or system disruptions that can affect an entire region. We can also have healthcare system attacks that can delay treatment and risk lives. Also, we have election interference that can threaten democratic processes. And lastly, government data leaks can expose sensitive national information. Now, let us consider why cybersecurity is a shared responsibility, whether for individual, for businesses, or for nations. The first one is that individuals must practice safe digital habits and awareness. Also, businesses must invest in strong security controls and trainings. Thirdly, governments must set laws, standards, and enforcement. And lastly, a weakness at one level can affect everyone else. Now, what should you understand after today's lesson? Cybersecurity affects everyone. That's one of the things you must know. Whether directly or indirectly, cybersecurity affects everyone. Also, risks increase as dependency or technology grows. Thirdly, digital trust exists only when security is very strong. And lastly, cybersecurity is essential, not optional. Now, let us go through the brain teaser together. The question is, why are individuals often easy targets for cyber attacks according to the lesson? You can pause the video and try to answer the question. Here is the correct answer. The correct answer is B, and that is personal devices and online accounts contain valuable personal information. That is the reason why individuals often are easy targets for cyber attacks. That's all for this lesson, and see you in the next one.